For several years now, Major League Baseball has faced an image problem because technology has outpaced home plate umpires. The second a pitch is thrown, ump calls ball or strike, and then a graphic goes up on the screen and people watching at home can see whether the ball was actually a ball or a strike. Sometimes the pitch is a few inches off the plate, the ump calls it a strike. It looks ridiculous. Or the opposite, it's right over the plate, the ump calls it a ball. And so the people in charge of Major League Baseball decided to do something. They changed not the rules. The strike zone remained exactly as it's been. They changed the way umpires are policed. Every home plate umpire is judged on how accurate he is. And so they told the home plate umpires the following. In the past, we've given you a little leeway. 2 inches off the plate. If an ump would call a ball a strike, he wouldn't be penalized as long as that ball wasn't more than 2 inches off the plate. They told the umpires, we're shrinking that buffer zone. Now it's only going to be 3/4 of an inch. You call a ball a strike and it's an inch off the plate, you're going to be penalized. And we're going to have a buffer zone inside the plate. Also 3/4 of an inch, give you a little leeway. If you call a strike a ball and it's more than an inch within the strike zone, you're also going to be penalized. Now you'd think that shouldn't make a difference. Strike zone's the same. Umpires have always wanted to get it right. Umpires don't want to call more balls or want to call more strikes. And yet, as a result of this change, not in the rules, but in the way umpires are judged, they are more accurate than they have ever been this season. How do you like that? That change in the way they're judged, although you'd think it should be the same rules, had an effect on how they judge. Wait, less of a buffer zone? We better crack down. We better be more careful. Why am I telling you this? Because in this week's Parshat, God says, you shall safeguard my statutes. That's his way of telling the rabbis, I need you to do more than just police the laws. I need you to do more than just make sure that the Jews observe the do's and the do-nots. I need you to enact laws as you see fit, protective laws, fences around the Torah laws. And so the rabbis, in their genius, knowing human psychology, put additional laws into effect to make sure that we don't make any mistakes. It's not enough for us to be more accurate than we've been in the past. An ump calls a ball a strike or a strike a ball, usually not that big a deal. But for us, if we do a do not, or if we don't do a do, that is a huge deal. And the rabbis, unfortunately, because of their rule-making prowess and rule-making responsibility that God gave them, sometimes they get a bad name. We roll our eyes like, oh, the rabbis made up more rules as if there aren't enough rules. And that's the worst way to look at it. The rabbis aren't imprisoning us. They're not restricting us. They're saving our lives. They're acting like lifeguards. If we get to the beach and we want to swim, but the lifeguard puts out a black flag, you cannot swim, we understand. We may not be happy about the fact that we can't swim, but we don't get upset at the lifeguard. The lifeguard's trying to save our lives. You can drown if you go swim that day. And the rabbis are doing the same thing. They're trying to save and enrich our lives, making sure we don't make any very bad cosmic mistakes.